Best weight cut. Felt good. No excuses. People, my mom too. She's like, "What? Why? You just weren't the same. Like, what was wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing. I just got beat. There was nothing." Ugh, everyone keeps asking me.
Hey guys, welcome to MMA Maverick. Today we're going to be talking about the fight we have coming up this weekend in New Jersey. Sean O'Malley is going to be fighting Merab Dvalishvili for the second time, trying to get his belt back. And in the interviews that came out right after the fight, Sean was defeated. Sean was claiming that it was a fair fight. Merab won fair and square. And now, as the second fight approaches, he has all these excuses why he didn't perform. Like, oh, I had this injury 10 weeks ago before the fight. So we're going to hear more of these excuses and talk about them.
How I felt going into the fight. And I don't want to have excuses like, oh, I was like, it wasn't a great camp, but it was a good camp for what I was able to do. So, I don't want to say overconfident. I was underestimating Merab's skill. I know how good he is. I just believed in myself that much. So, looking back on it, yeah, I probably shouldn't have accepted the fight. I tore my labrum, my hip, 10 weeks before the fight. 8 weeks before the fight, Hunter called me and said, hey, you got the sphere. And I was like, I'm not going to turn that down. Like,
Right.
I'm like, so it's whatever. I think it's going to make it that much sweeter of a victory after having to lose.
Yeah, do you guys really think he believes what he's saying? I don't. I think this is just, a cope where he's claiming, he's trying to convince himself, trying to hype himself up for the fight. But I guess that makes sense because, why would you take a fight if you think the guy's that much better than you? I mean, maybe for the paycheck, but yeah, he came up with the most ridiculous excuses why his performance is going to be different this time around. He stopped smoking, he stopped doing whatever, and he think that's going to help him win the fight. On the other hand, I mean, Merab, he's one of those fighters that really you know, makes his nickname stand out. The Machine. There's no truer nickname in the game than the Machine. Like this guy's cardio is insane. He can wrestle for 15 rounds. I don't think he would get tired. Constant pressure. Uh, Even some fighters that are better than him, technically, like he just overwhelms them with his pressure. Yeah, Sean O'Malley got better striking. Peter Yan had better striking than both of them, and he just couldn't deal with Merab's pressure. That pressure is just something else. Like the way he goes for the takedowns, like he'll miss one and then immediately shoot for the next one. Like there's no way you could stop him. I don't. Maybe if Sean caught him with a knee or something, but I mean, what are the chances with that? Merab's boxing improved, and he his closing of the distance is second to none. I mean, we saw what he did against Umar, like another dominant wrestler that was competitive for 2 or 3 rounds, and then it's just that cardio comes on top. Like nobody has the cardio to compete with him, especially in 5 rounds. Like, how are you gonna defeat somebody like that? I really don't know. Umar didn't. Sean didn't. Like, I think he's gonna be here to stay as a champion for a long, long time. Like, I don't see anybody threatening him and his dominance. And Sean, he's really just being pushed by UFC. Like, they're really trying so hard to make him this marketable guy, this superstar. I mean, just because the guy looks like 6'9", like they're really trying to push him. Like UFC, he was a product of Dana White Contender Series, and UFC really is like they want to have one of those champions for the contender from the Contender Series to make that show legit. Which that show was just like a lazy attempt to scout fighters and underpay them. I mean, we lost Svetnikov because they offer him 10-10, but yeah, like I don't think anything's gonna be different this weekend. I also gotta complain about the prices of these tickets. The nosebleeds are like $400. I live in the New York area and I was gonna go to the fights. I want to support Merab. I met him once actually in a LA Fitness in Long Island. Nicest guy, but yeah, like it's just like ridiculous. UFC are pushing prices. This card is decent. We have some better cards coming up at the end of the month, but they're really trying hard to sell this narrative that Sean can win, but I just don't see it. I just think Merab is one of those guys that has a kryptonite for him, and that I don't think nothing will be different this time around. But if you like this video, guys, comment, like, share, and subscribe to MMA Maverick. I post videos once a week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.